All right, I am here with Noel Wish. Now, I have to say that I am so, hey, Noel, I'm so thrilled
Hey,
really to do this with Noel because he's probably one of the biggest characters in the industry. Would you own that, Noel, that you're a big character?
what I will say, Jeff, is that it takes one to know one.
And I own that, baby. We are on the same page there. We are both just two nut jobs out here having fun in the industry, you know. And Noel's been with TradeNet, just a great company for ever and ever. And so
17 years.
17 years in.
Seven, 17 years. Actually, it'll be no, I'm sorry. It was 18 years in 2 weeks ago.
All right, cool. I'm sure they got you a nice magnet for your birthday there. One of those little picture frame.
They treated my grandson and I to lunch at McDonald's. It was
All
very
right,
nice.
there you go. All right, so we'll get into these questions here. Noel, you've been around a long time. What are the greatest challenges you see affecting our industry now?
Well, there literally are so many.
Yeah.
We're caught up in the whirlwind of life, and we're not immune from any of the market challenges, the world challenges, the paradigm shifts. Almost every single thing that we're doing is changing. But the two that I think are probably the most disturbing and need to be addressed are, first of all, the world is getting very much younger, but our
What are you
businesses,
talking about? Younger? Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, got it.
yeah. And the problem with the youngering of America is that the young people who are coming up in the pipeline, and that's my grandchildren, my children. Actually, my children are almost ancient at this point. Um, they really are living in an electronic environment that we are not, and our entire industry is pretty well built on the ship of old people. I mean, I'm going to be
Old
60.
people.
Old people. I'm going to be 60 years old in 2 weeks.
Jeez.
Actually, yeah, in 10 days from today is my birthday party.
You don't look a
And
day over 58.
and I don't feel a day over 30, but I am. I mean, the whole technology race now is very challenging for me, and I pride myself on being an early adopter. But the 20 somethings are the generation that's going to take this business over, and we really better start learning how they want to be sold to and participated with in order to stay competitive in the world marketplace.
Right. So the big challenge is really this whole generation thing. I think you're right there. And what things can we do to address this challenge?
The biggest single issue that faces us in that right now and will in the future is that we absolutely have to get away from the dead tree and paper model of this
Mm,
industry.
right.
We have to automate our process. We have to get into the cloud. We've got to get away from, in deference to all of the people who deal with CD and DVD data, we have to pretty well tell them that their life in this industry is over. There's no point in physical media. The cloud is the internet is where everything needs to be. We have to become process enabled on the internet. We have to become sales enabled, presentation enabled. This is a very good example of the kinds of
Right.
things we need to do. We gotta get out there into the air.
Well, that's pretty astute for an old guy there, Noel. I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, you know, I
Uh,
have my flashes of and my moments of brilliance.
yes. All right. Now, so is there a personal goal or a focus you have in the industry?
It was interesting because when I took a look at that question in preparation for this, it really became clear to me that my goals and my focus are highly fluid. I was reading in Wired magazine last night about this new the iPad style
You read
technology.
Wired magazine. Okay, folks, check it out. Old man reading Wired. Got it. Sorry.
Cover to cover, cover to cover. I mean, it's perfect for an ADD guy like me. It's one page of data, and I can move on to the next topic. But they were talking about the very real change that has taken place between desktop and laptop computing and the new technology of the pads, the always on data. Um, so my goals really are shifting along with the technology. It used to be that my goal for TradeNet was that I wanted to have 350 to 400 new customers a year. I wanted to have about a 12%, 10 to 12% growth. Given the kind of challenges we've had in the business over the last maybe 18 months, that changes from day to day and week to week, as do all of my goals. My current goal is I want to become social media enabled. I want to use my Twitter account. I want to use my blog. I want to use my websites. I want to use my webinars. I'm doing YouTube videos with my grandson, and the theme is selling TradeNet products are so easy that even my grandpa can do it. And,
Perfect.
and I'm trying to bring a little bit of humor into it, because when you're asking people to devote anywhere from 2.5 to 4 minutes of their life to your message, you probably ought to be entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, quick, like, if you had the ability to change one thing in our industry, what would it be?
EQP.
EQP. That's right. Just
EQP.
right.
I would I would take the entire mindset of EQP, I would throw it away. We are one of the very, very few, if not the only industry that has the multiplicity of pricing programs that we do. When you look at consumer electronics or auto parts or a number of those kinds of systems that deal as we do with big to small, pricing is generally published and fixed. If you qualify for top tier pricing one of my friends, as an example, sells electronic components, and they have a goldenrod price sheet, a blue price sheet, a green price sheet, and whatever the other one is. They have 4 different price sheets. If you have this amount of business, you get that price sheet. If you have this amount of business, you get that price sheet. So the littlest guy can move all the way up the chain and get better pricing, better terms, but he gets it with the exact same terms and pricing that everybody else in the world gets, and they all know what they have to do to achieve that.
All right.
That's what I would get rid of.
Makes sense. All right. So, lastly, what one bit, be concise, what one bit of knowledge have you learned throughout the years that you'd like to share with the viewers there, either personal or professional? I'm sure you got a good one here.
The only thing that I've really learned is that I am so privileged and blessed to be able to make a living in an industry that has almost 500,000 ways to say thank you, that I'm almost overwhelmed emotionally when I think of how lucky I am. I came from probably, I don't know, 7 or 10 different businesses before I wound up here, and I've been here for 33 years now. And this is an industry that exists for one reason and one reason only, and that's to help our customers be heroes in their own organizations and in their own life. And we get paid for it, sometimes better, sometimes worse, but we generally get thanked in dollars for our contribution. And I've learned to be very, very grateful for this business.
Well, wise words, and thank you so much for taking the time to share, Noel. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right.